Let's just go live and see what happens. There is one thing I forgot, and it is this right here. Let me just fix that. It's the live chat URL. There we go. That's pretty cool. This should look all right. There's always something you gotta do, huh? Whether it's this or that, or this or that. Alrighty. We made it, guys. We made it. We finally made it. So, see if I can get things in order here. Get the stream on the side. The comments on one end. Hey Dave, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well, sir. Alright, so you guys can see my screen here. What we're going to do is take a look at what the markets are doing in the afternoon here. I will not be trading it. I do not trade Friday afternoons. I try to stay away from afternoons in general, actually. However, we can still watch the markets and maybe trade demo for fun, basically. And maybe we can learn something in the process. So that's it. That's where I'm at. I just wanted to pull up, do a little live stream, see what's going on with you guys. If any of you guys had any questions, throw out some tickers if you want. We can do some hindsight analysis or whatever you want to call it. This live stream thing, I'm gonna put it over here. And that thing. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Yeah, I cleaned up a few things, as you can see. Quite clean, in fact. A couple of quote boards to help see those correlations. So today was, I would say, a pretty slow session. There was a little bit of volatility in the morning, but not a lot of it. Didn't last very long. And then we start to get that one-way flow, which is really not good for scalping, in my opinion. And then the market slows down to a point where you have to be a position trader in order to trade, basically. And I'm not really a fan of that, to be honest. It's not my style. Because in order to trade positions, well, you need to kind of have a bias, and again, it depends on a number of factors there. But I like to be in and out fast, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. I wonder if we can put on some cheesy music. Let's look at the other screen here. What's going on? So this is for market context over here. Only and again, we don't know if this is super relevant, but there you can see the daily chart for the NASDAQ, daily chart for the S&Ps, and 15-minute charts here on the right-hand side. I'm going to zoom into this chart a little bit. This is a 30 PNF, isn't it? Leave it on the 30. That's cool. Actually, you know what? I'll put it on a 5-minute. Why not? And we'll zoom out. So as you can see, we're on a bit of an upward rotation here. And it looks as though a downward rotation is starting now. Very slow markets. It's Friday afternoon. I'm honestly not expecting much to happen here. I'm not really expecting any people to actually join the live stream either. But if people do, then that'll be cool, right? And we can chat. So if we look at, say, S&P futures here, let's just fix our thing. So I would say, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. You got 465 in play here. And on the NASDAQ, it's going to be something like 110 to 113-ish. That's sort of what's in play right now. You definitely want to keep a bull bias above that. Positionally, that is. Bigger position. It's good, G-Trader. Not much, bro. We're just chilling over here. Taking it easy. It's Friday. Thought I'd pull up, do a little live stream. And check out the scene, you know what I'm saying? We ain't trading this, that's for sure. I'm not trading this with my own money, but we can watch. If we see some movement, then we might take a demo trade. What do you guys think? So we're seeing a bit of consolidation here. Quite a nice little sell-off. Hey, Captain Boy. Yeah, I stopped trading afternoons, man. I'm just done with that shit. It's not my style. It's too slow and methodical and manipulated, especially the last 30 minutes. Forget the last 30 minutes. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. You're better off saving your money, grab a popcorn, go get a fucking Stella or something. You know what it is. Seeing quite a bit of a pullback here. It's quite interesting. Quite a big range there. Quite a bit of a spread there. I might take something here. Let's see. If you can get a quick pop up to that 10-ish. If not, it's going to go all the way down to the evens real fast here. Looks like we're going to evens, aren't we? 2.5s now. 3. Here we come up. Give us a nice little rotation up here. That'd be nice. I'm way up at 9.5. And we got up to 5.5, and now we're chopping these 4s. So that's not great. Fives and a half, another down tick here. Looking like a pull and a half here. Yeah, there's a lot of size trading at these 2s. There we go, those 2s and those 175s. Yeah, that's when you know you want to stay out. That's not my playing field right there. When you see that kind of volume there, that's not my playing field. Oh, I was on the wrong screen the whole time. My bad. I do that a lot, don't I? Let's see. My headphones are gonna yeah, there you go. You can't see my headphones. They're masked. You know why? Take a guess why. So I would definitely, anybody looking at the markets right now, I want you to be aware of one very important thing. It's that you should not get used to the markets trading this way, because the way the markets trade in the first hour and a half of trading is completely another thing completely. It's like another world in itself of trading, which is why you have to, like, it could be the same stock or the same product, in this case NASDAQ and S&P, but the way they trade, you know, from hour to hour, sometimes minute to minute, but what I'm saying is comparing the first hour of trading to later in the day, it's two different things completely, and you really got to know this. So don't get too used to trading this type of stuff, because it's not going to help you for trading the first hour. The best thing would be to just record your session, record your screen in the morning, and review the first hour, an hour and a half. I've got to get Sierra charts. Only thing is, I've heard it has a tough learning curve. Yes, that's right, sir. There's a few things that are kind of quirky with it, you know. It has a lot of configuration things, but it's the type of platform that once you get things real set up, it's great, because you don't have to worry about anything actually other than trading. That's the best feeling, is that when you feel like there's no resistance between you and the market. You can just see the market for what it is and make your decisions for what they are, you know, and not have a fucking glitchy platform that's messing you up, you know what I mean? These lines, I don't even know where they're coming from. It's Shift Alt L. There we go. Erase all non-text drawings. Shift Alt L. There we go. You also got to learn some of the buttons and stuff. What's your idea about Mara? Let's take a look. Let me pull up a TradingView chart or something. Unfortunately, I don't have live equities data on Sierra chart, so I'm going to pull that up for you on a TradingView chart. Let me get that set up really quickly here. And I'm going to pull it off over on this screen. Open in TradingView. Make sure I don't close the live stream by accident. Dave, I'm kind of a nerd, and I like kind of reading in their documentation, and figuring out, you know, those little things, those little annoying things. However, I mean, if you know what you're trying to do, it's not very complicated. You just have to know what it is you're trying to do. So let's, okay, Mara, here we go, Mara. I'm gonna pull that up on a daily time frame. Here we go, middle chart. Okay, so I've got Mara, as you said. Let me go find this comment. As you can see, we've got the NASDAQ on the right and the stock on the left here. I don't know if this is a NASDAQ stock, but I just put the NASDAQ just for like that, just to give it a comparison to the index. So, oh my gosh, I messed that up. You can tell I haven't used TradingView in a while. Well, look, it's really strong on this daily time frame. However, you're getting close to some resistance here at these 49s and something here, 49.5 to about 51 and a quarter. Okay, so watch out for these areas. I would consider this, if you're long on this stuff, you would want to probably start getting, you know, paid in this area, even now, you know, kind of. If you get a gap up on the next trading session, you'd want it. I would expect some institutions to take profit on that, you know, just from a structural standpoint, position trader standpoint. Yeah, it looks like to be outperforming this index, which is the NASDAQ, but again, I don't know if this is a tech company or not, so that's as much as I can tell you. But this daily chart is extremely strong, as you can see here. In terms of leverage vehicles, why did you prefer to choose trading index futures over stock options? That's a good question. I have traded stock options quite a lot in the past. And there's a few things that are problematic about trading options. I guess this is just my opinion on it, but I was actually thinking of making a little video on that, like kind of like a checklist. If you're gonna trade options, this should be a checklist that you should follow. If you're gonna trade them short term, that's what I meant. You're right in the sense that they have that leverage aspect to them. However, the issue is really liquidity and flow coming into the option. Oh crap, I messed that up, didn't I? There we go, that's better. I know you can't see the whole comment there. I don't know why it's not working, but I'm too lazy to fix that. But yeah, basically, the reason why futures are kind of a little bit better, especially for scalping, is because you can essentially trade at any price you want, you know. And if there's a good amount of volume coming in on both sides, bid and the ask, you can assure that you're going to be able to get out of trades, you know, in and out of trades without a problem, basically. Whereas in an option, because there's less volume trading consistently, it can happen that you can get stuck in a trade. So there's a higher probability of you getting stuck in a trade when you're trading something that doesn't have consistent volume. You know what I'm saying? So that's sort of one thing that you got to watch out for. And that's one of the aspects that makes futures easier to trade, for scalping, that is. Broke boy, yes. Have you removed the memberships? Yes, I did actually. I removed them. Yeah, I had channel memberships activated on the channel, but I decided to remove them just because I just thought it wasn't really doing much, to be honest. It was kind of like a gimmick more than anything, right? But if you have a suggestion, I'd be happy to listen. You know, like if you had a suggestion of something I can do that you'd be interested, you know, in. But yeah, I don't have any kind of subscriptions. I don't sell courses or do anything or sell anything for that matter on this channel. So yeah. YouTube videos, Mara look like a squeeze. Don't need to be short. Crypto related. Mara is a BC. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. That chart looked kind of like let's put that up. Oh no, that's not good. GS stock still day high, so pinned. Yeah, let's take a look. GS. Oh yeah, it's pinned to the highs there. I see it. I see it, boy. I think we can bring up the ES here on this side. Whoops, on this side. Haven't used TradingView in quite a while. Let's delete all these lines. Okay, and here we'll pull up GS. There we go. It's pinned to the highs, yeah. Wow, look at that. So this data is delayed here on the S&Ps on the right because I don't have futures data on there. I have it in front of me, which is Denali, etc. Yeah, look at that thing. It's just ripping up, trading 405s now. That's crazy. Don't you sell courses where you promise to become rich? I don't get it. I don't get what you're trying to say. Thanks, dude. Thanks for that super chat. I appreciate that, man. CHF, that's Swiss francs, isn't it? Wow. I'd like to go to Switzerland one day. Actually, I have a friend. We used to go to the jam sessions way back, and he actually moved over to Switzerland, and I still talk with him. He's pretty cool. Yeah. Saeed says, Can you make a video showing how the volume profile can be used? I could. However, I wouldn't consider myself really an expert of the volume profile. But what you do need to know, what I would say is that the volume profile, like any other form of technical analysis, is it's showing you information about past trading activity. It's not necessarily reflecting to you what the current value of the market is right now. You know what I mean? So you can, there are some traders that trade off of volume profile, market profile, and all that stuff. And it makes a lot of sense. And again, it depends on your method, your strategy, your time frame, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, like I just told you, there's still nothing about that profile that's telling you actually where the market is currently valued right now at this second. If you know what I mean. But again, that's one argument. I'm sure someone will be able to counter that somehow. Amazon had a good move. Cheers, Amazon. It's up 3% on the day. Yeah, crazy. I see that. Got it on the quote board. What's up, Mr. Guri? Nice to see you, man. Yeah, well, look, man. Trader Kanuko, that. Be careful with this, because you need to understand one thing, is that the vast majority of options contracts are illiquid, meaning you're not really going to be able to get filled where you want to get filled most of the time. But again, it depends, right? You have to put in an order to see what's going to happen. And again, that is a statement you made based on hindsight, right? Just because they went from 7 cents to whatever, that's what options can do. Options have the potential to do that. Yeah, I guess there was a good risk to reward there. Watch Tesla end of day. All right, let's take a look at Tesla. Let's see if there's any correlation here. Again, I don't have live data on TradingView. This is kind of annoying. This makes me want to get the live equities data on Sierra charts, because I have the futures data on Sierra charts. All I need is the equities data on Sierra charts too. So there's Tesla ripping, Is that an all-time high? Oh no, it's not. It's close though. But that's a real ripper we've got there. I mean, look at that. I think 850s there maybe on Tesla for potential resistance. But this thing has room to go, potentially about to those 850s like we were saying. It's got room to go. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq and the S&Ps are kind of chopping, I guess. Thanks for that donation, broke boy. Appreciate that, dude. Thanks a lot. Michael Burry, Big Short, dead by now. Government owned. I can't believe they pumped it. Moonstock. I like that. Yeah, Dave, cheers, man. Thanks. Dude, to be honest, dude, the DOM, I went through so many different setups of the DOM. And honestly, right now, I've just settled with removing everything. And I just friggin' have... Honestly, all I have is the last traded price, the bid, and the ask, and that's it. I used to have the current trades and all that stuff. I honestly realized that for what I'm trying to do, I don't even need to see that. I just need to see the last traded price and basically... Well, without giving away too much info, but where the market is trading relative to its correlations. In this case, Nasdaq and the S&P and the FANG stocks. If you do options too, do you have any scanner to pick daily options? See, this is a good idea. I like talking with other traders because they often come up with innovative thoughts and ideas. But see, this is smart because let's say I wanted to trade options on a stock or the Nasdaq, okay? And so what you're going to see is you're going to go into your trading platform in your options chain, and you're going to see your options quotes. So let me bring you over to the other screen here where I'll show you what that looks like. There you go. So you see, okay, you got the stream on that side, but it doesn't matter. So you have your options chain, right? But there's nothing in this options chain that's telling me which option is being the most actively traded right now, like that has the most consistent flow of volume on average. Now, you know, you can say, okay, go to the close to the money, at the money options, and generally those are the ones that are trading the most volume. But you still don't know. There might be an instant where you see an influx of volume on the 370 calls, and then all of a sudden nobody's trading this 370 calls anymore. Now they move to the 368 calls, right? So the reason I like your idea is because you would be able to create a custom scanner, I guess, or indicator that is monitoring volume flow on many different options contracts at once, and it's basically telling you which one has the most ideal conditions for trading, for scalping. Okay, I wouldn't do that. I don't know how to do that, but someone who's a fancy coder or whatever, that would be food for them, you know. I'm good at coming up with ideas, but I don't do coding, so yeah. Show how you look on number bars. You're alright, bro. Yeah, bro. Let's get it. Good for 2 beers. It's Friday, man. Do you trade bonds? I started watching them, yeah. To be honest, my sleep schedule is really weird some days, some nights, so often in the morning I'm really out of it. But I have a chart book for the bonds here, and it's not finished yet, but basically, you know, you've got your 10 years, you've got your 30 years, and you've got your 5 years in this case, and a quote board as well for the other ones. But yeah, I mean, I like the bonds because you can practice doing one tick drills. But again, like I was discussing with you guys earlier, a lot of these markets have sometimes the potential. I'm bad with my words, but what I mean is that sometimes they're not ideal for scalping because they're only one way, right? So you get the market and it's trading 30 and a half, 30 and a half, 30 and a half, 30 and a half. You're never going to get filled on a bid on 30 if it's only trading 30 and a half. And then by the time it trades 30, you're going to get hit by a big trader, and then it's going to be 30 on the offered over, and you're trying to panic out of your trade, and you're not going to be able to get filled, and then you're going to take a one tick loss. So there's a specific type of condition you need for that to work, but yeah, the bonds are good for practicing those one tick drills, for win or scratch drills. Yeah. Tesla 440, 840, end of day, CRTD. Hey man, what's going on? Sure. Let's look at that. Let's look at CRTD. Just give me a second. Where's my trading view chart? CRTD. It's a NASDAQ stock. Let's look at the daily chart to start. I don't know why I have all of a sudden this weird stomach cramp that came out of nowhere. I had a good lunch though. Okay, this daily chart is pretty interesting. So if we I guess get rid of the last 4 days here, this is a pretty beat up stock. As you can see, many days in a row closing with lower lows, and then all of a sudden when it starts bouncing, it just doesn't stop bouncing, and now we have 4 days in a row green, right? So it's an interesting sort of pattern here. So I would say stick with that. You know, if it's going up, you should be biasing to the long side, more or less. Now if we look into an intraday basis here, it looks pretty thinly traded. And it looks as though this spike of volume here is probably news related. I would say be very careful with this type of stock, because it looks to be thinly traded and then it gets pumped on news and pump and dumped on news and stuff like that. So just be kind of careful with that. I mean, again, if you're swing trading or if you're doing like more positional trading, then yeah, fine. But for scalping, forget it. My opinion only. So you could say here 30, let's go to 15. I don't know if this will work for this, but this is like my method of that I use in the futures. But basically you're looking at about 272 here to 275. Ignore this white this tail here. A lot of traders are going to look at this and they're going to say, oh, that's resistance, that's price rejection. Well, in a way maybe, but it still doesn't mean that that's a top. And as much as this might look like a blow off top or like a buy climax, it doesn't mean that that's a top. Okay, so a lot of traders are going to make the mistake of seeing this pattern and they're going to trade it like a technical analysis trader, and they're going to start shorting it and they're going to put their stops right at the highs. And now in this case, where are you going to put your stop? It's going to be right at $3, right around an even number. So for, you know, institutional money would want to probably be, you know, again, depending on how this thing continues to trade from here, but if we start seeing the bid continue here, and again, maybe I don't have live data on this this chart, which is a bit unfortunate, but where are we at here? We're at 115 on the NASDAQ, and we're rotating up here towards near the highs. And this stock is not really on an uptick. Ah, that stomach cramp. I'm just gonna get a sip of water, guys. Stomach begging for some alcohol. No, I think I would throw up if I had that. Yeah, so basically the thing with this stock here, above 275, I would pretty much keep a long bias here. Below that, it has some room to consolidate, right? And keep an eye on how it's trading relative to the parent index. I don't know if this is a tech stock or not, but if it is, make sure you're watching the NASDAQ at the same time. Okay, I'll be back 1 second, guys. I'll blast the music. Cheers, guys. All right. Saeed, thanks for that suggestion. He says the option library is very useful, but it's complicated to interpret. So yeah, that's a good suggestion. I'm gonna probably think of doing a video like that. That's true. I'm gonna do some videos that are more options related. Just because a lot of people search for that stuff. Oof. Still got that cramp, dude. Ah, not cool, man. I don't know where it came from. I didn't eat anything weird. I had a really healthy soup and a piece of bread. So it's not normal that I have a stomach cramp. Cheers, dude. Yeah, it's a tech stock. Yeah, so watch the NASDAQ at the same time. I can't say it enough how much correlations, learning about correlations changed the game for me, basically. It just like blew my mind, you know. Here I was thinking the only way to value an asset is by looking at where it's trading right now. That's partially true, but what really makes sense is how do you value an asset? Well, you look at the value of strongly correlated assets, and you can make judgments of relative value that way. Again, the first time I learned about that, it blew my mind. Because it makes so much sense, right? Okay, so we're still kind of consolidating here. The Nasdaq looks to be stronger. Above these 113s, you would keep a long bias here. Above these 113s to 110s on the Nasdaq, positionally it's long biased. And the S&Ps are a little weaker here. S&Ps need to get above those 65s to really prove anything. And as you can see, the volume is very bad. So quick filter, I mean, look right there, that's my filter. It's not enough volume right now. And it's not moving at all, actually. You can't trade a market that's not moving. Okay, there's movement, right? So we saw 13s now down to 9s. It's consolidating. You can try and sell 12s. If you don't get it, you scratch it. Remember, move from 13s down to about 7s. If you get a quick old rally, you can probably take advantage of this spread, maybe for about a 2-point scalp here. But it's looking quite... Oh, they're both ticking up at the same time. No, that's not that good. I'll pull that out. 12's trading. They're both ticking up here, 13.5s now. You like that pull, don't you? 61.5. Here's when you could probably take an even bid, maybe. So we're back above the key zone here. Now we're 13 here. See if we get some kind of an even bid on a quick movement. Nope, traded to 11s, not even. 12 and something. Oh. This is what I've been seeing all day. It moves and then it chops. And then it moves and then it chops. Typical options related trading. It's very, very, very annoying. So now watch me get picked off here on this even bid. We'll watch the even bid. Okay, interesting, interesting. Nope, no fill there, 1075. This might be a pull. It didn't even fill it. Wow, that's just, yeah, that's when you know you pull it. Absolutely, you pull the order there. Ten evens traded right there. Interesting. Easy for a 2-point scalp right there. 12's traded right away. It's all about finding the spread. It will pick some weird round number and pin it if no imbalance into close. Are you referring VIX while trading? I don't look at the VIX right now. But I have seen that some traders look at it for correlation purposes, yeah. I guess you would use it as an inverse correlation, right? So here comes the Nasdaq going down with the S&Ps. Rad, I'm using CR charts data feed. It's the Denali data. It's really good. Trying to get over the stomach cramp here. I have no idea why I have a stomach cramp. You're still watching Tesla, eh? Oh my god, Tesla. The thing's chopping 839s, 840s, isn't it? I think it still has room to 850s, like I was telling you. I think it can go another 10 handles here. I don't think it's going to in the close. Not at this point. I mean, it's possible, right? But I showed you the daily chart, and that's kind of where I saw the resistance starting to be. But it looks a little on the extended side on this daily bar here. But again, who knows? I don't like to use terms like that. I find it so subjective to say something is extended. I mean, yeah, sure. If the market went from 50 to 70 to 90 to 100, okay. By the time it turns around, it's going to turn around completely and go the other way at that point. But this thing still looks like it's going higher. It looks like those 40 even offers are coming up here. Yeah, that's why you got to know your environment. Like I can sit here and watch this market, and I just keep repeating to myself that this is not my market to trade, you know? Like, how are you going to profit when a market is just doing this? You can't. That's the thing. You'd be gambling. And I don't like that. I don't like gambling. I like educated gambling. It's gonna close here most probably, unless they get some kind of crazy rally going into the close, in which case oh, I gotta put some oil on that chair, don't I? 15, 17, 15. $15, 16, 17, same old shit. Hey Rod, thanks for the kind words, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I go through those phases a lot, you know, like I'll create like, I guess I love Sierra Chart because of the ability to kind of, whatever thought you have of conceptualizing an indicator, you can do it in Sierra Chart, right? So that was a cool thing. But then I realized it didn't actually matter that much. Like I still have it, right? I can still put it on my DOM, which will show me the, I turned off the button that, oh, there we go. No, it's right there, yeah. So I can see the delta at each price if I want to, right? And clear it. Which is kind of convenient if you're looking for absorption, if you're looking for traders to get trapped and stuff. But I mean, I just find it so annoying to constantly have to clear it out. And that's kind of one thing that I was getting annoyed of. But yeah, I still like it. I mean, I can leave it on. It's not a big deal. It's just if it's on multiple DOMs at once, then you have to clear them all manually. That's friggin' annoying, right? I actually reached out to them. I asked them if it's possible to use the volume by price reset button, which is the command I'm using to clear that. If you can do that on multiple charts at once, and that's not possible right now, but they tagged it as a feature request, which is pretty cool. Ivar, yes. What tools are you using? I'm using Sierra Chart. I'm using IB as well. So is Sierra Charts possible with IB? Yes. So believe it or not, this quote board right here, these quotes from Apple or Facebook are coming from IB. I have another instance of Sierra Chart that's connected to IB just to get these quotes on my screen. Because the data costs less in IB. It's only like $1 or something for these quotes. Yo. Yeah, but I don't want to be a constant tweaker, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a tweaker. I want to be settled with something, you know? And I don't think I'm going anywhere anytime soon here. I might make some small tweaks to the quote boards or something, because I'm still kind of getting used to reading quote boards. But I don't think I'm going anywhere here with this now. I think I'm staying with this for a while. Forever. Yeah, next week you're going to see me with a completely different chart book. Yeah, I use SC for high frequency. Yeah, so ideally that's kind of where it's at, you know, like I'm a scalper too. I like scalping. That's my preferred strategy. But again, you need a very certain type of market to be able to do it successfully. I can kind of give you guys the example. Tell me if you agree with this. So you need for effective scalping, you're essentially profiting from a spread in the price, or an effective spread or an implied spread. I'm not talking about the actual bid offer spread, because it's always like about a tick wide, you know. But I'm talking about like the effective spread in the market, or like a spread in the price, if you know what I mean. And I'm watching Tesla hit those 841s there, while the Nasdaq is selling off. And there we go, Tesla sells off 20 cents. Interesting. So what I was getting at is that if the market is trading like this, if it goes, for example, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, you can place a sell order, right? Because the market price, the market value generally is decreasing, right? So I would look to more likely I want to be favoring the sell side. However, the problem with that is that if the market is just going straight in one direction and it's not coming back to, if it's not like ebbing and flowing and there's no effective spread in the price, then what ends up happening is the market goes 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, and then it reverses and it goes 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And it just reverses right back because there's effectively no spread in the price. It's just getting bid up one way and then it's getting bid offered back the other way. And this is like, I call it one-way action. And it's not really good for scalping. So I like to see it when the market's really nicely moving around, you know, where you can grab a scalp and you're immediately, you know, in edge by a few points on that. I'm going to some detailed shit here, but again, without kind of seeing it on the screen, you wouldn't really know how to apply it. It took me 3 years to get my screen how I want. Yeah, man. I feel you. I have a question. Do different platforms have any differences in Greeks or options pricing, or are they all the same on every platform? They should be the same on every platform, considering that that they are showing you the live quotes. They should not be different. If they're quoting you the price of an asset, the price of the asset should be quoted based on what it is. It's not. It doesn't depend on the platform. Do you know about Greek hedging? GEX specifically, it's getting tough to absorb stuff. I don't know totally what you mean, but maybe if you explained it a little bit more in detail, I would kind of get the picture. But I guess you're referring to, well, I mean, I guess gamma hedging, basically, right? Yeah, it's a pretty bad market. And I don't remember ever setting this to a 30-second chart. There we go, that makes more sense. Someone made billions on Tesla today. Earlier today. Yeah, maybe for about an hour, not more than that. But I didn't find any good ones, to be honest. Quite a bit of a bid there at those 05s. Again, this is why you don't trade afternoons, because you're playing against big players, you know. You gotta know whose money you're taking, and you're not gonna take Goldman Sachs's money. You're not gonna take the big players' money, dude. So that's why you just stay the hell out. Do not trade last 30 minutes. Just don't do it. If you want to do it, but you're gonna learn the hard way, like I did. Have you ever looked into the Ask Bid Delta by Bars study? No, but I'll check it out. Oh, there's a ripper. That's the last 10 minutes shenanigans, guys. How did that trade to 8? Oh, okay, that's the 18 and a half. That's crazy. How did it get there? So I'm actually going to, like I told you, remove. Oh, what did I do? That's what I wanted to do. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Market on close, yeah. The last 10 minutes. I just call it shenanigans. Yep. We might see a test of these 57s here, 57 quarter on the S&Ps. It's possible, but if not, it's just going to end up closing here in between these 57s and these 65s. Bigger picture range. Unless someone dumps, yeah, exactly. Unless someone dumps Tesla. It's just chopping those 4170s. I see it. 4150. So I'm trying to get used to watching the FANG watch list while watching the NASDAQ and the S&P's trade, but I find it's just a lot to watch. Maybe I'm just not experienced enough in reading quote boards yet. But see, you guys watching me right now, you can see here I've got, you know, the S&P and the NASDAQ. And there's a reason I have this on the left side. Because my dominant eye is my left eye. So that's why, basically. So I've got my correlations on the left, basically. And the charts on the right, because I don't care about charts. But, so I'm trying to get better at reading correlations, basically. But I find, you know, reading all of this is really a lot to read. You know, look at the NAS and the S&P, that's not so bad. I can see them ticking up together. Around 4 ticks in the NASDAQ is roughly around 1 tick in the S&Ps. That's why I have the scale set up this way, for the S&Ps to be a lot thicker in terms of the scale, so I can watch them when they're ticking up together or not, etc. But now that you say it, you know, now that you think of it, it would actually be kind of interesting to have all of the correlations on DOMs. The way you can see them all kind of ticking relative to each other. So that's an idea. I mean, did you ever experiment with that, Rad? I don't know if you trade the NASDAQ, but it would be an interesting idea. You get Apple, Tesla, Amazon all on DOMs, but again, Amazon and Tesla on DOMs would look really weird because of the huge bid offer spreads. So that's one option. The second option is just get better at reading the quote board. I need someone to give me a master class on reading quote boards. Anyone out there? Send me an email. How often you go live? Dude, honestly, man, I haven't had time lately, but I try to do at least once a week. At least once a week. I went live last Friday, and now it's this Friday, so we did once a week. Let's see if we can do it twice next week. We'll see. The Qs are ripping. Went for a new high there. 5 minutes till close. Look at this. $25s in the NASDAQ. They're ticking up here. Tesla has not taken up though. Tesla's flat. 27s now. Seeing big players at 27. 7.5 now 8. Now 7 again. 62s on the S&Ps. Now 8s, now 8.5s, guys. It's ripping up. Effective spread maybe down to about 22s. If you think of it. 20s even. Typical market maker stuff. Still going though, 28.5 here. Still ripping. We're seeing size up here, 27 to 28, so it's size. Quite a lot of size. Institutional players, I try to stay away from them. I stay away from big size. I don't want to know nothing about that. Now 30s, interesting. You can't, you see what I mean? You can't buy this market. How are you going to buy it? You buy it at 27, 28, 29, 30. Now we're going to buy it 30? 31 now. Too much big size, you see? Now you're going to get one fat finger dump it. We're going to end it at 20. But it's still ripping here. 31s, guys. Oh, look at Tesla here. 41 now. Here, 42s now trading Tesla. Look at that. 42s on Tesla. 842s. The Nasdaq's flat here at these 31s. You might have to see some hedging if this thing keeps going. But look at the offers on the book. There's quite a lot of them. Big offer coming up at 34 here. Let's see if they eat it for dinner. Goldman's eating the fish for dinner here. 34s. You stay out of this, guys. Retail trader has no business trading this. You have no business as a retail trader trying to make money in this environment. I'm just telling you because I've tried it before, okay? Maybe there's someone out there who is, you know, who understands this. But from my perspective, this is an institutional playing ground right now here. A Friday close like this, this is not for retail traders to trade. Again, it's my opinion only. Rad, it's the new YouTube channel name at gmail.com. Okay. So here's a great example of a one-sided market. We watched this market go from 20 to 25 to 27 to 28 to 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what the market just did. Now we're at 5.5, now 6s. Now 375, now 3.25, now 3 here, now 275, now going down slowly. Let's see how it trades 6s again. 6s. Probably go for those even offers maybe. I don't know, this thing looks like it's ripping through the roof here. Tesla going for those 843s. 3% up on the day. Praise Elon. 843s Tesla. Don't ever short 4 p.m. I don't know, yeah. I don't really believe in things like that. Like, there was this one guy way back I used to follow on TradingView that he would say stupid things like, oh, look at this, look at the S&Ps just sold off there, and there's a Nasdaq following. Oh, now they're ripping last minute here. Big offer at those 36s. Anyways, what I was saying is there was this one guy on TradingView I used to subscribe to. Not subscribe, but I used to follow him. And I was a less experienced trader at the time. And he used to say stupid things that I believed in that moment. He would say things like the markets never go down on Tuesdays. That they only, that they never go down on Mondays or Tuesdays. And that they only go down on Wednesdays or Thursdays. And that Fridays generally are up too. But again, like, that's not true. You know, I've seen massive sell-offs on a Tuesday before. I've seen massive sell-offs on a Monday morning. I've seen choppy trading on Wednesday, Thursdays a lot. It depends. And Fridays is kind of like a gambler's market most days. I don't like Fridays. Fridays is the type of market you trade with the morning boys and then you get out early. That's what I'm learning. You don't want to stick around on a Friday. Unless you're doing live streams on YouTube. That's different. By the way, guys, if you're watching the stream, don't forget to smash the like button because it helps a lot with the channel. But yeah, what you got to know is really stay out of this business. Stay out, because this is not a retail trader environment. I would say for a retail trader to make money, you need, like I was telling you before, you need a spread in the price. You need volatility. You need decent volatility where you can capitalize on slippage of market orders from, I guess, other retail traders, basically. Haha. Couple of questions here. What package do you have subbed on SC? I believe it's package 11. So it's just the regular one with the also the data, the Nali data. Hey Brandon, cheers man, appreciate that. Thanks guys, thank you. Yeah man. You know it, bro. You know it. You know it. It's all about those nuances. Like a trader who doesn't know, you know, how market conditions vary from a minute to minute basis sometimes, you're not going to be able to be profitable because you don't know where you should be trading and why. And that comes with time and experience and getting burned a lot too. And I've been that trader. I've been that trader getting burned a lot. I still get burned, right? I took a trade today. Probably it was like 11:30 or something. And I stopped out fully on it. I was in a profit, probably of like 2 or 3 points or something. And I did not take the scratch on it because the market was so slowly moving, that something about it, I guess, just I was not quick to scratch because I thought because the market was slow, I'll just give it a few more seconds. Well, it ended up slowly going closer and closer towards my emergency stop. I call it an emergency stop because I don't let those things get hit, or try not to. And then it got hit and I was like, all right, whatever, I'm done. I lost 5 points, big deal, right? So keep your risk small. And Fridays are annoying, yeah. Fridays are annoying. So that's going to wrap it up, I think, guys. I mean, let's go back to the charts real quick here. So as you can see, daily chart, S&P's here, not too far off all-time highs, as well as the NASDAQ. Not too far off here from these, you know, 177s-ish area. You could find some resistance here on the daily chart on the NASDAQ. If not, then it has room to go to 360, is that it? 359, around there. So it's a pretty nice rally here, and we'll see next week what makes of things. Again, I don't understand traders who hold risky positions into the weekend. You're gambling if you're doing that, you know. You don't know if we're gonna open down here next week. You don't know if we're gonna open up here next week. There could be news that comes out, right? So that's part of the reason why I like the day trader lifestyle a little more, because you get to sleep easy. That's the point of being a day trader. You sleep easy at night, and when it's time to trade, you show up and you deliver the goods, you know. Trading could be stressful when you're trading, but when you're not trading, you can relax and you can sleep easy. What platform are you using? I'm using Sierra Chart. But believe it or not, this quote board is coming from Interactive Brokers data. Yeah. So I have it on in the background just to get those quotes. But that's about it. Nothing too, it's almost robotic on Fridays, nothing too unusual, yeah. You know it, you know it. Alright guys, well look, leave your last, if you guys have any last questions or things that you would, I guess I'd like me to talk about for a few more minutes, go ahead, leave them in the thing. Because after this, we going to take it easy. So we're closing up at the highs here on the NASDAQ, it seems, 135. And the S&P is those 65 still in play. What are commissions for what? For NQ? To be honest, I do not even know. I don't use IB to trade futures. But I would imagine they're around $2 and something per side. $2.10, $2.20. Something like that. You can also check on their website. I think they're pretty transparent about that. They have pretty fixed, their commissions are pretty fixed. Oh yeah, 2.5, yeah, that's quite a lot. Jason says, does anybody know if the Interactive Brokers app is delayed? I try to buy options on my phone, but quotes are not what the price is. So Jason, you got to know first, do you have market data for your options enabled? Because if you don't, then you're not going to be seeing live quotes. But if you do have that data enabled, it's $1 a month, I believe, for the options data. Then all of the quotes you're seeing should be live quotes, whether you're on the mobile device or the web browser or the trader workstation. Broke Boy says, I have a question about IBKR. So do you need $2,000 to trade futures or $50 per contract? I don't get it. Okay, so here's the thing with IB. So they're pretty strict with their account minimums, especially for margin accounts. So in order to have a margin account with IB, you need to have a minimum balance of $2,000 US. If your account is below that balance, it gets treated like a cash account. So no matter what the margin requirement is for your futures contract, they will still not let you trade futures if your account balance is less than 2 grand. That's their rules only. And if you want to know why, I mean, well, IB, they never, it's only actually pretty recently that they've been starting to cater to more retail traders, more smaller account traders. But before that, I would say they were interested in having more higher net worth clients. And I think it's only recently that they moved to also accepting smaller account traders as well in the last few years. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. He says, I have the options data. So yeah, if you have the options data, man, those quotes are live. Those should be the right prices. I'd rather get ninja brokerages for margins if you're in the USA. Yeah, guys, there's a lot of brokers out there that, well, again, it depends on your needs, right? Depends on your needs. Ninja Trader seems very robust. It is user friendly for futures. I'm using a sim account. Have you used Ninja 8? No, I have not used Ninja Trader. I cannot advise, no. I see a lot of traders using it though, so I imagine it's alright. There's fair value here, 135.5 NASDAQ, 136s. AMP and Tradeovate. Yeah, I have AMP as well. I recently changed brokers though. So let's see what's popping on the other side here. Tesla closed up at 843. Just looking at some end of day quotes here, end of week quotes. Some of which are not showing up. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the IB, that's why I don't trade futures with IB, because their margins are really high, you know. And if you want to be a real fucking gambler, you need low margins. But the reason why their margins are higher is because they're very strict with their risk models. And that's it. So intraday margins are to be used very cautiously, with caution, right? So if you have a broker that is offering you intraday margins, just know that that's a lot of leverage. Sometimes you're getting, you know, upwards of 200 times leverage on your money when you have like an intraday margin of like $50, $100 or something, you know. But again, if you're like a precise type of trader where you're trading with a small amount of risk and you're protected, then that's fine to have the low margins are helping you in that case, right? Because you don't have to use a lot of capital and have a lot of capital sitting in your account for nothing when you're scalping for like 3 points or something. Hey John, thanks for the kind words. I appreciate that. I plan to do more of those. You trade 4 accounts at the same time? That's crazy. How do you manage trading 4 accounts at the same time? I struggle to trade 1 at the same time. 4 accounts for what? Like day trading? You must be an octopus or something. Ha ha ha. Save me from... Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. Alright guys, well, look, I mean, stream's about to end. Unless... Well, the options market just closed here. It's 4:15 p.m. on a Friday. And that's it, guys. So I hope you had a fantastic week. If you have any suggestions for content, leave them down below there. And I will catch you guys in the next one. I'll leave you with one note. Phew, did you go? That's funny. Hey man, have a great weekend. Alright, have a good one guys. Take care.